Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr., and the NBA Finals continue to be exhilarating and very exciting as the Golden State Warriors in Game 5 at the Chase Center in San Francisco come through with a 104-94 win to take a 3-2 series lead. They are one victory away from hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy as this series shifts back to the East Coast to Boston at TD Garden on Thursday night for Game 6. Going to be taking all of your questions about the NBA Finals, NBA Draft, as well as NBA free agency, and we kick it off with this one coming in from Ronald371. Who you got in Game 6? And LeBron to the Warriors, do you see it happening on a scale of 1 to 10? If the Warriors win the NBA championship, I don't think they're going to break up this roster. If they lose, maybe they look at the roster, they canvass it, and they think that they need another star player. Now, the Warriors have some of the best collection of trade assets in the NBA. Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and James Wiseman, as well as future draft picks. But again, if I'm Bob Myers, if I'm Steve Kerr, if I'm Joe Lacob, the owner for Golden State, and you win the NBA championship, you're not changing a thing on this roster. You're tinkering with it to a certain degree. Maybe you're going to the outer edges of the team and making a move to replace an Andre Iguodala who might retire. Otto Porter, who might go somewhere else to make more money. If you lose the NBA Finals and you assess this roster and think, okay, we kind of need another horse to compete with some of the top teams in the NBA, maybe you tinker with it. But as evidenced by what the Warriors have done throughout the playoffs, throughout the NBA Finals, and on the resume for the current iteration of this dynasty with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, yes, they're getting a little bit older, but this is what Bob Myers and Joe Lacob have talked about. Planning ahead for the future, trying to win right now with those aforementioned superstars, but also developing guys who I think are going to be very good players in Kuminga, James Wiseman, Moses Moody. Andrew Wiggins has been the second best player for the Warriors during the NBA Finals. And honestly, if Steph Curry wasn't so hot outside of Game 5, he might be in the running for NBA Finals MVP if they win this series. So it all depends on what happens, but I don't think that the Warriors are going to make a trade for LeBron James. Next one coming in from _0. Is Curry just tired from Game 4, or is he just struggling? What do you think? I think he just struggled in Game 5. I think that's all it comes down to. He had hit a 3 consecutively in like 223 consecutive games in the regular season as well as in the playoffs. And in the NBA Finals, he was cooking in each and every game, averaging 34 points per game in the Finals. He was due for a cold game. My biggest key for a Warriors victory going into Game 5, other people had to step up. And other people stepped up in a big way for the Warriors. How about Jordan Poole chipping in for 14 points? Gary Payton coming off the bench, playing 26 minutes and having 15 points. 3 consecutive really good games for Klay Thompson. Game 5, 21 points on 7 of 14 shooting, 5 of 11 from deep. You had some other players step up. It's just a byproduct of Curry going cold tonight. That's all that happened, and he was bound to go cold at some point in this series. So who do you think was the MVP of Game 5? I have to go with Andrew Wiggins. Second consecutive game with a double-double. He was sensational. And it's not a hyperbolic statement to say that throughout the Finals, Andrew Wiggins has been the second best player for the Warriors. Exiled by Minnesota, traded away to Golden State. They rehabilitated his confidence. And as part of being in the Warriors culture, able to become the player that we're seeing right now. A very cool story for the former number 1 overall pick. Speaking of the number 1 overall pick, the NBA draft is coming your way a week from Thursday, and we'll be live breaking down every single selection of both rounds on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and join us, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Been doing a lot of scouting on these NBA draft prospects. Cannot wait to see how the draft falls, which players go where, and we'll be reacting to it live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. Alan Flores, will Curry's not very good performance affect his Finals MVP lead because of his amazing night yesterday, which carried them to the Finals? I don't think it really matters all that much, and I see you're a big Curry fan with the profile picture. He had one bad game, and sometimes in the Finals, you have one bad game. He's still averaging a ton of points. It goes down from 34 to 30 with him scoring tonight, 16 points, going cold from 3. He rebounds somewhat in Game 6, and you went on the road, he's going to win Finals MVP. If they win at all, I think he's the Finals MVP. Ryanu Azada, what's the current salary cap structure for the Warriors? Big contracts are coming for Golden State. You're already paying a lot of money to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Andrew Wiggins is entering the final year of his contract. I imagine they'd like to extend him. Jordan Poole also eligible for a contract extension, but can you get with Jordan Poole and say, look, Silicon Valley, the land of Google, YouTube, we're going to give you some side cash. You're not going to make that much money this upcoming year. We'll give you a contract extension in 2 off seasons. Then you'll get paid $20 to $25 million per year. We don't have the money to allocate those resources to you right now, so play under the current construct of your deal. We got to pay Andrew Wiggins, but we want to keep you long term. We'll give you the bag. We'll give you a bag in a little while, though. Get that Silicon Valley money. Josefa, who do you think had the best defense in the game, the Warriors or the Celtics? Celtics have one of the best defenses in the NBA, and you saw when they went on that little run there to start the third quarter, Golden State was bothered offensively, and throughout this finals series, Boston's defense has been superb. I really just believe that this finals comes down to the Celtics' lack of finals experience and the Warriors having the advantageous finals experience. The series, I think, was there to be had for Boston to win in Game 4. You had the lead. You had the crowd. You had the officiating. Everybody was playing well. You got a well-rounded effort. And Steph Curry went off for 43 points and gave the Celtics the dagger. And with that, you could have taken a 3-1 series lead, commanding 3-1 series lead. Instead, you have to go on the road with the series tied up 2-2, and the Warriors end up being victorious. So, best defense tonight? Shoot. I mean, obviously it was the Warriors because the Celtics only scored 88 points. But in moments throughout this series, the Celtics defense, ranked number 1 going into it, has been sensational. Basketball Madness was tuned in for our entire watch party. Do you think the Lakers are making it to the finals next year? I don't think so. I think they're a little too old. They have a lot of roster changes to make, and there are a lot of question marks. So I don't think the Lakers are going to make it to the finals next year. Part of that is because the Western Conference is really, really loaded. Pilo Olip, is Kai Sotto the real deal? It's a great question. Now, Kai Sotto has so much potential. He's 20 years old. He's 7'2", 7'3". I think he needs to become a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger on the low block. Him being caught in defensive switches concerns me just a little bit. He can't really shoot the basketball all that much from beyond the arc. And nowadays in the NBA, you're looking for more and more bigs who can stretch the floor. And I think we're going to continue to see that movement. But at 20 years old, I'm willing to take a chance on a second-round pick on Kai Sotto. I think that if you take him between 50 and 60, he'll be able to work out. And I think that he can be a decent rotational player. I've said this about Kai Sotto. Look, if Boban Marjanovic and Taco Fall can play in the NBA, I think there's a spot for Kai Sotto. He's a pretty good rim protector. He has good shot blocking instincts. He is a decent offensive player with room to certainly grow there. His athleticism concerns me. Him being a little bit slow concerns me. But what a story it would be if Kai Sotto, the Filipino sensation, gets drafted, especially to a team like the Golden State Warriors, who, if you put them in their player development program, they've done such a great job of developing players over time. They might be able to do the same with Kai Sotto. Next up, Marcus E. I love Golden State, but that fake by Poole at around 5 minutes left was bogus. Was Boston not allowed to challenge that? You're talking about the Marcus Smart technical foul, I believe. Yeah, it was a little bogus, but like Marcus Smart and Celtics fans would agree, he flops all the time as well, and he exaggerates contact just like a Kyle Lowry, and that's what Poole did. Now, you know, Smart did kind of outstretch the arm a little bit, maybe threw a bow. Was it a little bit bogus? Yeah, a little bit. I think the NBA has to do something when it comes down to flopping. I personally hate it. I don't know what the changes are to be made, but it does affect the game, in my opinion, and the game flow. Darwin, do you think there will be a Game 7 if necessary? Going into the series, I said it was going 7. I picked the Warriors in 7, but really it was like 51-49 Golden State. I think the Celtics team is special. I think Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are dogs. So too is Marcus Smart. Robert Williams has been a force throughout this finals. A little bit more of a non-factor in Game 5 as compared to the first 4 games. But I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my prediction. I'm going to say Golden State in 7. Boston is too good of a team to back down, completely mentally fold. So I do think that Boston wins at TD Garden. They force the series to go 7, and then Golden State wins in front of the home crowd. Before we get on out of here, Darwin, he asked for my prediction. I want your predictions in right now on Warriors today as well as Boston Celtics today. Who you got in the NBA Finals? Not Game 6. In the NBA Finals, give me a C for Celtics, W for the Warriors. Chime in, sound off, get those predictions in. Give some quick shout-outs here. Who you guys got? Still 3,000 people watching live. Appreciate all of you for watching our post-game show. Full basketball, Warriors. Shadal, Warriors. Pilo, Warriors. Am I seeing any Celtics here? No Celtics votes. That's pretty wild. Everybody going with the Warriors. There we go. Herms, Esporma, Celtics. A couple more Celtics piling in. Celtics fans got to show up. UJ Day likes the Celtics as well. We're about to step aside. Chat Sports will be back for Game 6 of the 2022 NBA Finals. I will not be. I am in a wedding for my best friend. First time I'm actually in a wedding for a friend of mine. So really looking forward to that. If you haven't subscribed, do so right now. Another successful day on the sub front as Chase and Coop, the sub daddies, 400 people away from 305,000. If you haven't subscribed and you've been tuned in all throughout the night, do the smart thing. Subscribe right now. 518,000 people joined us all throughout the night for Game 5. As I said, we'll be back for Game 6. Until then, we're going to sign off. Subscribe to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. We also have a Celtics channel. You got to subscribe over there. It's youtube.com/CelticsTV. And if you're a Warriors fan, we're at youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Celtics trying to get to 9,000 subs. Golden State Warriors over 30,000. Chat Sports, we eclipsed 300,000 during Game 3. We're going to continue to keep it moving. To everybody who tuned in all throughout the night, thank you so much. And until next time, peace.